not hitting the right lines. I talked about just hitting every bump out there. Stewart's just floating like a butterfly right now.
The gap between Stewart and Carmichael, 10 seconds. And he goes around Ivan Tedesco, Carmichael's teammate. That means he's lapped up to 7th. Here's Ricky, working on Carpenter.
Well, Carmichael's putting in a great ride tonight. Oh, we talked earlier also about track position off of the start. That was what it was going to take to win this event. He's pretty much matching James Stewart lap time for lap time, but you know, starting out of the top 5 has made it tough to get up there close to him.
Well, as we said, Stewart is 10 seconds behind Carmichael. Reed is 30 seconds behind Ricky Carmichael.
And he's got 1 foot out the door to retirement.
Yes.
It's truly amazing Carmichael's drive and determination just to keep it going. Even though he's only got a couple of Supercross races, he only knows one way to do it, and that's the right way.
He has 1 race and 5 laps left in his Supercross career, Ricky Carmichael. That final race will be next week in Orlando. You will see that here on Speed. And when we come back, we will see if James Stewart can add a Daytona Supercross win to what's shaping up to be an amazing career. Underway here at Daytona. Daytona Supercross by Honda. It has been everything that we expected it to be. A treacherous racetrack, and James Stewart is doing a great job of minimizing the potential dangers of it. With 4 to go, he's had his fair share of close calls tonight. Let's show you some of those. 3 good ones, any one of which could have taken Stewart down and out of this race.
Take a look at the close calls. Jumps just on the side. The finish line jump right here. Tucks the front wheel, misses the rut and the top block, and right here was the worst one of all. Could have been pretty violent and could have thrown away the potential win here at Daytona.
Last year it was an incident just like that took the win away from Stewart and gave Carmichael his 5th. Tonight, James has done an outstanding job of keeping those close calls to a minimum. But he's kept himself out in front in a 9-second lead over Carmichael. He's given up a little time, but he's certainly in a comfortable zone.
Yeah, but Stewart's fastest lap time was a 1:09. His last lap was a 1:14. That just goes to show you how much the track changes and how much it deteriorates. It is so challenging. Extremely physically fit, strong, a lot of endurance in the muscles. He's put in many laps on his Supercross track, dreaming of this day to win Daytona. 3 more laps to go. He's pretty far, you know, he's on his way.
Coming up on Jason Thomas on the number 31.
And we even talked about, or we heard our lights winner, Townley, talk about, man, I made so many mistakes out there, but he still won the race. That is, you know, so much a part of Daytona is minimizing the mistakes. Everyone's going to make them, but no big ones.
Jeff, we had 20 riders lined up in the game tonight. Obviously, 20 of the best riders in the world when it comes to competing in Supercross. And when you're out there on a track like Daytona, giving it your all, riding on the edge, going as fast as you can, and a guy like Stewart comes by you like you're standing still, how disheartening is that after a tough night like this?
Well, I think a lot of these riders, they're prepared for it. They've raced with him for a few years, and they realize, you know, that these lead guys, like we're watching here, Carmichael, that, you know, they are the best of the best, and so they, you know, they're going to try to follow some lines and pick up on it, but you know, it definitely, like you said, it's disheartening when you're out there getting beat around and this guy comes flying past you like you're standing still.
Here's a 3-way fight for 7. Davey Millsaps is in here on the 118. Grant Langston on the 8. And it should be David Vuillemin on the 12.
Wow, see the power there. Langston's bike, he was on the inside. I wasn't even sure that he was going to jump that.
He gets around Millsaps on the 118 in the brown riding gear.
Here, I'm not sure he's going to jump the triple. I think he makes a mistake in the turn. He ends up doing that and making a pass for position.
James Stewart, he's changed this game, hasn't he?
He definitely has, and he just sees the track differently than other riders. And see him doing a one-hander there over the triple in front of the Daytona fans. And I know that Carmichael has a lot of respect for James Stewart and the fact that he came in and changed the game, brought all this forward body positioning, all this momentum over the triples and doing the scrubs. I think that when Carmichael won the championship last year, I think he was very proud of himself for being able to adapt to a new generation, at least for 1 year. And now this year, it's all about number 7, James Stewart. He is definitely on a roll.
And he continues to win legions of fans, as you can hear him cheering in the background here at Daytona. James Stewart on his way to his 18th AMA Supercross win, his first here at Daytona. It will be Kawasaki's 8th win here at Daytona, their 84th Supercross win. It will be the first time Kawasaki has swept the event here at Daytona. Only Honda and Yamaha had done that coming into the night. But James Stewart has done it. The unfinished business of Daytona is in the history books for James Stewart. Number 7 joins the list of famous names that include this man, Ricky Carmichael, as winners here at Daytona. Ricky Carmichael closes out a tremendous career of Supercross competition here at Daytona with a 2nd place finish. And James Stewart, whose impressive career is just beginning, takes another step towards really big, huge levels of stardom in this series by adding a Daytona victory and possibly another championship or 2 before the season is over. Chad Reed, 3rd here tonight, keeps the points chase alive, but it's getting thinner. Ricky Carmichael congratulating James Stewart on a big, big win. We'll talk to James when we come back to Daytona.
We're here at my buddy Ellie.
Won the Daytona Supercross. Let's head down to Aaron Bates, who's with our winner.
James Stewart celebrating his very first Supercross victory here in Daytona. James, what does this mean to you to put this one under your belt?
I mean, after struggling all day and coming out getting the victory, like I said, the boys, they helped me out always, and you know, I was a little worried. You know, I got my tail handed to me in practice, and I didn't feel good. I got whooped so bad I went in the motorhome and went to sleep. I thought it was a dream or something, but you know, to be able to put my head and come back, you know, I'm just happy for the guys at Kawasaki. You know, it's been a good weekend so far.
Close encounter out there once again with the tough blocks. Were you concerned at all?
You know, a little bit. You know, it's just kind of, you know, they get knocked out the track and they get put on, and I saved it though. You know, I had one bobble on the on and off, but besides that, it was all good.
Congratulations, James Stewart, looking good as always.
Let's take a look at the results. And Jeff, a quick nap in the motorhome might just be what James Stewart needs to do every week.
Well, he was phenomenal tonight. Got that start, went out and just set down the fastest lap times, minimized the mistakes, kept it on 2 wheels, really proved that he is the next guy in line to be Supercross champion.
First race back, Grant Langston finishes with a 7th, and we saw Tim Ferry with another good night, again showing that he's increasing his speed.
Well, this track was brutal for everybody, even our winners, so great rides for those guys being inside the top 10.
The only rider who could match his lap times, those of James Stewart, was Ricky Carmichael. He's 2nd tonight, and he's with Aaron.
Ricky Carmichael wanted this win tonight, but it wasn't the end of the world for him. Ricky, you had even made yourself a replica track at home to simulate this one. It didn't quite work out as planned, though, tonight.
No, it didn't, but, you know, I'm out of here safe, and the thing that I was proud about is I rode a lot better in the main than I did all night. So to me, it was a mission accomplished to pull myself out of a hole. I mean, man, I had to dig deep. That was the longest long time I had to dig deep. It's I've been on a good roll for a while, and it didn't go the way I wanted to, but I'm proud I kept him honest and kept him on his toes.
Bad start for you once again tonight. What's been going on? You've been struggling a little bit with those.
I don't know, man. Just not a good starter anymore, and that used to be one of my strong points. But start or not, you know, he rode great, and it would have been tough. I would like to get out there and seen his lines, but hey, you know, I didn't hold up my end of the bargain on the start. So I got to thank Suzuki. The bike was great. They worked hard to get me comfortable for that main event, so thank you very much.
Now, one race left before your Supercross retirement, heading into Orlando next weekend. Is this an emotional experience for you?
Yeah, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be hard to stay focused. There's no doubt. You know, it is the end of the road for Supercross for me, and it's been a great journey. And you know, we want to get out of there safe and have some babies after that.
Something tells me even though we got second place tonight, the celebration is on.
Let's take a look at the point standings. After 10 of the 16 rounds in the AMA series, James Stewart increases it to 24 now over Chad Reed. Chad was third tonight, keeps himself fairly alive. He's with Eric.
The look of disappointment on Chad Reed's face says it all. Chad, a rough night to you, especially after such a flawless day you had.
Yeah, man, I had two great practices, and just in the night program, something was missing, and you know, not a lot I could do about it. You know, especially when I got a good, bad start like that. But man, no excuses. I fought to the end and just wanted to get on the podium. And bike was awesome. All the guys at Yamaha Unbound, you know, all the guys at Thor Parts, Sam Manuel, and all the guys at L&M. You know, they did a great job. And it was a bummer. You know, I really wanted to get out there and fight, but man, something went wrong in between practice and the race. So.
Chad, James has extended his points lead once again. Is a championship hope slipping away, or you still have hope?
You know, at this point, I'm not even worried about the title. I just want to ride good, and it's not happening at this point. So, you know, there's just a couple of little things that are missing, and we got to work on it.
Regroup. We'll see you again next weekend.
Jeff, I have to say, I think we need to consider the fact that James Stewart could become the first person to win this race 6 times.
Yeah, well, he is the next evolution of Supercross, and he's showing that. Carmichael was the old, he's the new.
Dave, definitely a changing of the guard here at Daytona tonight.
Be interesting to see how many he can win at Daytona, how many championships are in this young man's future, and what else lies ahead for James Stewart. I can tell you what lies ahead for us. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, we'll be back, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. AMA Superbike season opener, and then dirt track from Memorial Stadium. We'll wrap up our broadcast marathon with the 66th running of the Daytona 200. Our congratulations to James Stewart. Thanks, Ralph Shaheen, Jeff Emig, and Aaron Bates. I'm Dave Despain. Thank you all for being here.
You're on your game right now. A couple wins under your belt would be